Are these high home prices keeping you out of the market? Home ownership looks different for everyone, and there are so many different options that might suit your needs outside of a traditional stick home, like a condo or a duplex, or maybe what I'm covering today, which is a manufactured home. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about manufactured homes, what they are and what they aren't, and some things you might want to watch out for so you can make an informed decision if this type of home might be right for you. Hi, I'm Sierra Haskins with the NorCal Life Real Estate Group, and if you have any questions that I can answer for you about things I cover in this video, feel free to reach out and book a call with me anytime. All of my contact information is right here in the video description below, and I would be more than happy to talk with you. For now though, let's get started. What is a manufactured home? If you're of the same age group that I am, there's a historical stigma attached to manufactured homes, usually associating them with low quality housing or maybe transient living. People often mislabel mobile homes for manufactured ones, and they aren't the same. If you're like me, you might have the older 70s and 80s models in your head with the shag carpet and the wood paneling and kitchenettes in them. And really, that is how some used to be. First built in the 1940s, the original single-built homes were only 8 feet wide by 20 feet long. But modern manufactured homes often rival traditional homes in quality, design, and really longevity. They are increasingly becoming more popular, partly due to their affordability and more modern feel, and really can actually be up to a 5-bedroom, 2,650 square foot quadruple wide. Really. So what are they? Now, a Google description will say, these homes are built in accordance with the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, code, which sets standards for design, construction, strength, durability, transportability, fire resistance, and energy efficiency. But what does that even look like? Manufactured homes are prefabricated structures that are constructed in a factory instead of at your address itself. I have been in a lot of them, and the majority of them are typically 2 to 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, and can usually be anywhere between 1,000 to 1,800 square feet. They're usually built in 2 pieces, and once completed, they're transported to where they are put together and placed on a permanent or semi-permanent foundation. You've seen them driving down the freeway. You have semis, and there's a piece of them, kind of plastic on one side of them. They travel together in a caravan. Those are manufactured homes. Now, a lot of them have upgraded kitchens, top-of-the-line appliances, upgraded flooring, more modern bathrooms than most of the older models. So they're definitely an upgrade from what used to be. And since they are built in a factory, the timeline to build a manufactured home is typically much shorter than a traditional site-built home, as chances of construction delays due to weather mostly are not really a factor. I've talked with some different builders around Butte County, and most agree that building in the factory environment allows for better control over the construction process, which potentially leads to higher quality homes and consistency in the process. We've worked with many families that have purchased manufactured homes, and most of them had a lot of concerns in the beginning that they would just be a box-type structure with very generic interiors. But contrary to popular belief, many manufacturers offer a range of floor plans and customization options, allowing homeowners to tailor some of the aspect of their home to their own preferences and needs. If you don't purchase a home that is already built and sitting on a site, you do have some options, just like when you build a traditional stick-built home. Now, something else to keep in mind is that modern manufactured homes are designed with energy efficiency in mind. So they often incorporate higher rated insulation and windows that will help reduce heating and cooling costs as well. Many of them have central heat and air or mini splits. They don't all just have the individual wall units that sit in a window like they used to. And for those of you that might be wondering, the building of these homes often generates less overall waste than site-built homes, which manufacturers are proud of and say that it contributes to a reduced environmental footprint. Now, I can't confirm that that's true or not, but in talking with builders and doing my research, that seems to be the widespread thought. With the widespread rise in cost of homes, many of our first-time homebuyers have found that purchasing a manufactured home has been an affordable option to get their foot in the home ownership door. Since the construction process, like I talked about for these homes, is usually less expensive than traditional home building methods, it's helped keep that cost down for buyers, which has been really helpful. There are a few potential downsides to purchasing a manufactured home though, and I think it's important to talk about those too. Now, although this is improving as these homes gain popularity and a more mainstream acceptance, obtaining financing and insurance for a manufactured home can sometimes be more challenging than for a traditional home. Why? Well, most of the time it comes down to the foundation and whether the land your home is on is either leased or owned. Let me touch on both of these. As far as the foundation goes, a notice of installation is the officially recognized stamp of approval here in California for a permanent foundation. It's called a Form 433A, and it is California's only document that provides recorded legal notice that the home and the land are actually conjoined as real property and may be listed and sold that way. Once recorded, it provides security to the lender, the title company, and really the homeowner that the home and land are one entity. There's many different types of foundations under manufactured homes, but it's important to know that pier and beam or slab foundations are not always considered permanent, even though some people think they are. And crawl space or basement foundations usually are considered permanent. There's exceptions to everything, and if you're wondering about your particular home, let me know and I would be more than happy to look into it further for you. Now, even though your current home may not have a permanent foundation, you can usually have one installed. Generally, you can figure about $3,000 per section to install an average home onto a permanent foundation, either onto a concrete slab or a crawl space. A single wide could cost around $3,000 and a double wide around $7,000 to $12,000 depending on the size. We have worked through several deals where homes were assumed to be on a permanent foundation and it turns out they weren't. So we've worked with county building departments, inspectors, and contractors to ensure that the 433A was in place and the sale could go through as planned. Homes without a permanent foundation are considered to be personal property, not real property, as they are movable and sometimes even have the ability to hook up and drive them away, so they are dealt with in a completely different manner. Obtaining financing on mobile homes is much more difficult as lenders are just not as willing to lend on them. We do know of one or two that might be able to help in certain instances, but usually the sale of a mobile home is a cash transaction and registered with the Department of Motor Vehicles. I mentioned above that lending can also depend on whether the land under your home is leased or owned as well. Most of the time, if your home is located in a mobile home park, you can own the actual mobile home outright, but you do not own the land under it. You lease the space every month for a set price, which usually includes some amenities like a clubhouse, a pool area, and sometimes includes the cost of water, sewer, or trash as well. In that case, those homes are considered personal property, not real property, and those are the homes that most lenders will not finance. I know I've covered a lot in this video, and I could go on and on about manufactured homes, mobile homes, and stick-built homes. But before I wrap it up, I'll include that it's important to consider that some manufactured homes may depreciate in value over time, unlike traditional homes, which generally appreciate. However, this can be mitigated by owning the land on which the home sits and really ensuring that the home is well maintained. That historical stigma that I mentioned is actually going away as the need for affordable housing increases. So while it might not be the right choice for you or your family, taking the time to do just a little research into the option of a manufactured home might just be worth it. If you've stayed till the end of this video and have questions that I can answer for you, please reach out to me and I would be happy to go over more details with you about different types of foundations, lenders that may be able to help you, or just direct you along in your home search. You'll find all of my contact information right here in the video description below. I'm Sierra Haskins with the NorCal Life Real Estate Group. Make sure to check out more of our videos where I share weekly all things real estate, local community events, hotspots, and more. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.